Now moving to Russia, the mother of late Russian opposition leader and Putin critic Alexei Navalny says she feels vindicated by a European assessment concluding that her son died from poisoning and is calling for those responsible to be brought to justice. Speaking to reporters near Navalny's grave in Moscow on the second anniversary of his death, she said the findings confirmed what the family believed from the beginning, that he did not simply die in prison but was killed. She said the family expects it may take time to establish who was responsible, but stressed their hope that the truth will emerge and justice will prevail in Russia. The comments come days after 5 European countries released a report saying Navalny was fatally poisoned with a rare toxin. Western diplomats laid flowers at his grave to mark the anniversary. Russia has never fully explained the circumstances of his death and has rejected the European assessment, dismissing it as unfounded. Let's listen into what Navalny's mother has shared.
Да, я уверена в этом. Рано или поздно это все равно будет. Вы видите, вот 2 года всего прошло, и мы уже знаем, чем он был отравлен. Я думаю, что пройдет какое-то время, и мы узнаем, кто это сделал. Обязательно. Конечно, мы хотим, чтобы это было в нашей стране, и чтобы справедливость восторжествовала, и чтобы мы их узнали всех поименно. И тех, кто... Ну, я уже говорила о том, что заказчик знает весь мир, я просто повторяю свои слова. А мы хотим, чтобы узнали каждого, кто принимал в этом.
Now we welcome back Ms. Shruti Dasgupta. She's an international affairs analyst, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you very much, Ms. Dasgupta, for staying with us. Now, you know, how significant is that this report, the frog poison that was found in Navalny's body, has come forward, and also the fact that Russia has never declared or, declared how he passed away in details. Why would Putin do that, and how significant was Navalny and his opposition?
So, Putin has a history of having people who are very opposed to him die under mysterious circumstances. Now, this statement can be read either which ways, where it can be said that he gets them killed, or that people who oppose Putin have really bad luck, but there is a significantly large number of people who were his opponents and were found dead with very, very mysterious circumstances. Now, this Navalny's death is, of course, has a cloud hanging over it too, but the weird part is that all of EU, which is a geopolitical enemy of Russia, they are completely at the opposite sides of the spectrum in Europe itself, and all of them have decided to say that yes, he was poisoned. Now, how did that happen? Was the body given forensic was given over forensic testing? No. The waste, the body waste of supposedly Navalny was smuggled out of Russia for examination. Now, therein lies the problem. One, it is smuggled out. There is no direct chain of custody. You cannot verify whether this particular sample was Navalny's or not. We just have to take EU's word for it. And I'm not saying that their word doesn't count for anything, because there are so many nations who have come forth with that forensic analysis and have put their weight behind it. I believe, now that of course is where the question hangs, is in 2020, Navalny had some experience with doctors in the European nations, and that's why they have his DNA sample. And so they feel that they can confirm that this particular waste belongs to Navalny. Now, getting it spiked is the second part. That can happen to a sample, but what they analyzed was that the poison had metabolic footprints. That means it was biologically processed by the body and then become part of the waste. So this shows that, at least if we are to believe the European nations, then this waste did belong to Navalny, and it did have those particular spectrums that showed that he was poisoned. However, we have to take their word for the DNA samples. You know that it is very normal for nations to manufacture evidences to suit their narratives, as we have seen in the case of Gaza. So you will realize that we cannot put faith in believe it because we say so because we are righteous.
Yes.
They said so many other things, so we can't put weight in that. Russia has put out an official cause. They have said it was a heart attack due to deteriorating conditions. And the leaked documents have lack of veracity because they are not produced in original. And the leaked sample does not have veracity because it lacks chain of custody. USA is that is why distancing itself from this particular incident. They said they believe their partners and allies in Europe, but they are not a signatory to this forensic report because they understand that there are a large number of gaps and the intent behind it doesn't seem as clean and clear.
You have covered it all. Thank you very much, as always, Ms. Dasgupta.